What's the best way to ruin a perfectly good bout of depression? Remind yourself that your thinking can't be trusted in that moment, that things are better, and you're better than how your mind would have you believe. Force yourself into the first step of whatever will distract you or make you feel happy, even if it's a temporary fix, because each next step gets easier as you move. Think about your loved ones and what you can do for them to make their lives happier, and it'll help you to get outside of your head. Studies say that exercising helps alleviate depression. They also say your brain processes familiar TV characters as friends. So I just end up finding myself doing military presses while crying and watching The Office/S. But separately, these tactics do work. Taking a shower. Sometimes, just that simple act of getting out of bed starts a snowball effect that helps interrupt a depressive cycle. Also, puppy cuddles. Quick edit: this won't cure depression by any means. It took me years of meds and therapy to help me manage it properly. But if I feel myself start to slide, this helps me interrupt the cycle that drags me down further. Brushing your teeth, showering, getting dressed, taking the recycling out, etc. Little things lead to bigger things. For me, cooking a really good meal and having a walk in the Sunday, but then again, if I have the energy to do these things, I'm on my way to getting better anyway, so if I feel it coming on, I do it ahead of time. I don't wanna brag, but I make a mean bowl of cereal when depressed. Well, hello Mr. Fansipants. Honestly, doing something nice for someone. Tell your parents you love them, if you do, lol. Apologize to someone you may have hurt, etc. Edit: holy moly, I've never had this many upvotes before. Another good thing that's helped me is forcing yourself to go to bed early and get up early. That always has made me feel better, for some reason. Done. I apologized for adamantly believing that thumbs were fingers. Thumbs have 3 bones, and the others have 4. Edit: the point that I originally argued was that we are all taught that we have 10 fingers. I have been informed that the 4th finger bones are actually considered palm bones, making all phalanges have 3 bones. I'm very confused now. Maybe not a total depression crusher, but when I wake up in a bad place, I turn on the lights, force myself out of bed, and turn on music or a podcast. Always seems to keep me out of the deep end. Edit: I don't want this to come off as patronizing or oversimplifying. Obviously, lights and a song aren't a cure, and getting out of bed sometimes isn't even possible. For me, depression comes in waves. There are days when even rolling over feels impossible. But when you're capable of doing little things for yourself, it can sometimes make the difference between a bearable day and an unbearable one. Productivity is key for this. When I sit around not doing anything, I feel really down. But when I'm productive, getting work done, exercising, I go to sleep feeling content that I'm living my best life. Lock down your sleep schedule. I can't stress enough how much this helped me go to sleep and wake up at the same time every day. That is simply a pipe dream for me. I can't turn the brain off at bedtime. I will lay awake with my eyes closed for hours on end. No dice. I've heard this phrase: just give yourself the opportunity to sleep your full 8 hours during a regular scheduled window. Doesn't matter if you actually sleep during it or not, until you get used to it, just that you actually were in bed during that window, and only during that window. Put on a song that gets you going, then exercise and you'll feel better. I've had days where I cried my weight in tears, got pissed that I was crying so much, and started lifting weights to some solid music. Eventually, I felt better because my muscles were having a good time. Then I cleaned myself up and went for a run. Felt way better when I got back. Exercise is way underappreciated. You'll feel a lot better if you exert your glorious instrument of a body and get it moving. Music. The right song at the right time can work. Many suggest music, but when I'm down, I'm drawn to only sad music, which just goes on to feed the depression further. Getting up for sunrise sometimes helps. Exactly when my depression hits, I binge one of my favorite bands, Sparkler Horse. Their depressing and most often worsen my depression, but it feels good in a weird backwards way. Being depressed makes their music sound even better than before. Kitties. I had one that always wanted my attention. When I rubbed her head a few times, she'd return the favor. by licking the back of my hand a few times. It's damned hard to maintain black cloud mode at 100% while that's going on. I don't know how many times I've forced myself to hit up my favorite bar for a pint just to get out of the house, only to run into lots of old solid friends that lifted me right up. Just crossing the threshold can be a huge game changer.